Today I want to talk about the File Map tab within the Hacker Navigator feature. Of course, Navigator is this cool little thing that just popped up when I click this button here in the Hacker workspace. The File Map tab is this tab right here. Right now it just says text because it is reporting the contents of this blank text file here. However, if we were to say click on an add-on, and we'll just click on Hacker. A little weird that we're using Hacker to look at Hacker, but what are you going to do? Now that we are in Hacker's init file, we'll see that the File Map tab is now populated with all this stuff. What is all this? Well, what this is kind of a bird's eye view of all of the code on the page. So what this does is it shows all the functions and classes and then functions nested in those classes in their proper scope in the order which they appear on the page. This is awesome at getting a quick idea of what is in the file, whether it's a file from an add-on of yours or some core script within Blender scripts. This is really useful. So by default, it'll just show the functions, classes, and then everything nested, how they're nested in the open file. But if we click on the C button, this will show only classes within the file. And this little button that appears to the left of this will allow us to either enable or disable alphabetizing. So with alphabetization turned off, we'll get these classes in the order that they appear in the file, and then we can click on anything we want to and jump to that item to check it out. Notice that the navigator becomes invisible whenever you click on an item, and then it slowly comes back to being visible again. So this prevents your view from being obstructed. So if we were to press the alphabet button, how about that? This will alphabetize all the classes, and this is really good at getting a kind of a grouped view of the kind of contents within a file. If we click on F, this will then display only functions. Now this doesn't display functions within the classes. If you want to do that, just click off of this and it will show you everything nested within the classes. This shows all functions within the outer scope of the file, basically stuff that starts with def, the lines that starts with def, the outermost scope of the file. And then O is for operators. This shows us all operators. It actually shows the BLID name of whatever the operator is in the file. So the point of having both an operators display and a classes display is that while operators are composed of classes, classes don't always use operators. So it's nice to be able to see what operators are in a file, quickly scope them out, see what's going on with them. And if we wanted to, we could just click off and then do whatever. And then P displays all properties in the file. And then this, of course, lets you know what kind of property it is, bool, string, etc. This can be really useful for finding the location of things. And of course, alphabetizing these is very useful as well in terms of like figuring out what is the basic idea or the grouping going on in this file. And then finally, we have M, which displays all menus. So this not only displays official Blender menu class menus, that is stuff with MT in the title, as you can see like that. This will also show anything that's basically meant to be a menu. So there's different ways of showing menus in Blender. So you can have operators that aren't technically menu classes, but they draw menu-like stuff. So this tries to include all those. This is an example here of a menu that's technically an operator, but that will be included in the file map display when you're trying to go through either your code that you forgot what you were doing or some core Blender user interface file or Blender operator, trying to figure out what's going on in that file. So you can get a quick bird's eye view of all the classes, the functions inside, only operators, only properties, etc. So that's pretty much the File Map tab. If you haven't checked out the new Hacker add-on from BlenderSensei.com, please see the description of this video and give it a look. See you next time.